Hey everybody, it's your girl, Punky Brewster. That's still my intro because I just at this point refuse to come up with anything better. And I am here with, is it Connie Dixon for for life, but it's with a Y. So I feel like I have to say it like
Yeah.
that. It's
So
Connie
it's
Dixon for life now. You changed it on all of the social media things today,
I
right?
did. I wanted them all to match Kofi, basically.
Okay.
So,
All right. That's how
yes.
you can find her. That is how you can find her. Well, hello everyone. We're excited to be here to discuss The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon. Not only the trailer that we were given at San Diego Comic-Con, which I'm sure has been videoed about like a bajillion times. But we are also going to discuss the 10-minute sneak peek that we got on AMC Plus. Now, I'm not just going to stream it for you cuz that's against the rules. But I do have some special stuff for you. So, we'll go ahead and do that shortly. Hey, Dave is here.
Dave.
Hey, Dave. All right. Yeah, I am a little bit. That's what I needed. There we go. Okay, I'm all set up. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. I thought we could get started. I don't know how you feel about this here, but I thought we could get started with just watching the trailer. We'll just
Okay.
retread this ground. We're going to do
Sounds
the
good.
trailer. Okay, great. All right, so let's me go ahead and share this screen. All right, how's that looking?
Awesome.
Okay, full screen enough? Great. We're gonna go for it, and we're gonna along the way, we're gonna pause and we're gonna just discuss. There's a couple things to discuss here. So,
If I don't make it back, I want him to know I tried.
all right, one, bruh, what's up with this chick's face?
I
Hold
tried.
on, that is
Oh,
terrifying.
yes. Yes. Yes.
that is that is terrifying. I'm like ignoring what Daryl is saying, and I'm staring at this face.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I was like, "Oh, she's probably going to be my new favorite walker."
Is she gonna take the place of Teddy Bear Girl and like in everyone's hearts?
Oh,
This little
can
one.
can anyone ever do that though?
Oh, that's true. That's true. We have such fond memories. All right. We'll move on. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be super annoying. I'm gonna pause this so that we can talk about it throughout it. But you've had an opportunity to go watch it yourselves. So all right. So that was cool too. That's like a flintlock gun, which we mentioned briefly on the Squawking Dead live stream covering San Diego Comic Con. So if you're interested on all of the information that came out, you should probably head over to their YouTube channel and check that out. And by there, I mean ours. That was weird. Why do I say it like that anyway? When we discuss this is a unique gun to have because it's aged. It's an aged piece of weaponry.
Yes.
But Europe has very stringent gun laws. So to me, this makes a lot of sense to have something like this because you probably just wouldn't have access to newer guns.
Right.
Yeah.
So it would be very unrealistic for him to come out with an AK-47.
Yes. Really. On so many levels. But yes. All right, we'll keep it going.
Dave's given suggestions of how to not get dinged.
Oh, Dave, what are you telling me?
If you include the chat window, it makes the screen share smaller, so you may not get dinged for it.
Interesting. Okay. Well, hold on here, folks. Include the chat window. Oh, I see what he's saying. I see what he's saying. Okay. Yeah, this. Wait. My chat window? Oh, Dave, I'm going to look so stupid right now. Here we go. I got it. I figured it out. I figured it out. I don't do this very often. I am not very aged like that gun. Okay, anyway. Let's moving on. I am loving these shots.
Yes, it
All
looks
of this.
amazing.
Okay, I don't know if any of you, I don't know why any of you would have seen this, but have any of you ever seen Doc Martin? It's it's a British
Possibly.
it's a British television show about a very grumpy doctor. Um anyway, the cove that he lives on looks very much like this to me. But that's completely off track. Oh, Dave has seen Doc Martin. Well, thank you, Dave.
It
Thank you
sounds
for
so
that.
familiar. I feel like I possibly have seen it.
It's a great show. So give it a shot. It is completely unlike this show. so so not at all like The Walking Dead. Maybe not in your wheelhouse, but it's pretty good if you're into British television.
I love British television.
I mean, I'm a fan. All right, let's keep going.
My name's Daryl Dixon. I come from a place called the Commonwealth.
And we're
It's
going
in
to discuss
America.
some of this stuff later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these people. All right, hold on. I was not ready. These people. Are they not looking like very CRM to you?
Yes, they are. And why? I mean, okay, we haven't gotten there yet, so I won't ask the why question, but yes, they are.
Yes, right? I thought so. Very CRM. Now, I will say this, they do not have CRM haircuts. So, does that mean that they are not CRM?
Then that
Both of their
they're not.
haircuts look fine. So maybe they're not members. Okay. This
When
is
did you
just
come to be in France?
someone said yesterday that this was much more uplifting than they thought it would be. And I think it has a lot to do with the music that they chose for this.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know, I think everyone likes seeing like badass nuns.
Well, yeah, nuns that fight
Yeah,
because they would. They would.
definitely.
I
Yeah.
was not raised Catholic, but I went to a Catholic college briefly, and I guarantee those nuns would have fought.
Bunch of bad decision.
And okay.
Pause. Yeah.
All right. All right. This is what okay, I paused this. I paused this for Takira because she had some things she needed to say. Dave is saying, oh God, no, not at all like TWD for Doc Martin. Fair. And he also he also says no face tattoos. There no, comma, face tattoos, not very CRM like. Fair. But you can't
Right.
control that people got face tattoos prior to the fall.
This is true.
I mean, that guy looked like he was in his 30s. If we're over 10 years in, he could have gotten them when he was young and dumb, as one often does.
Mhm.
I mean, my first tattoo was a neck tattoo, so there's that. All right. Okay, Takira, lay it on us. Lay it
Okay.
on us.
So, when we watched this yesterday, I watched it on a small screen. So, I kind of didn't even pay attention to like the movement of what was chasing him in the background. And then we watched it on the 50-inch and Richie was like, what is that? So we rewound it, paused it, played it, and that definitely looks like a variant chasing him
Yeah, it looks like a walker.
and then reacting to the explosion.
Yes. Yes.
What is happening?
So
I'm
that
so
would
excited.
be it would be unlike the variants that we have seen because the variants we've seen are still like pretty dumb,
Mhm.
you know. So I think this variant, if this is indeed a variant, I mean, I think so.
I
Go
think
watch
so.
it for yourself. Like really and truly, it looks like a variant. Um is it like so quick moving that this is like one of those super variants that we saw in the coda piece of the last episode of season 2 of TWD World Beyond.
Mhm.
Um spoiler alert, it came out like 2 years ago. So, all right.
I got a question.
Yes.
What is CRM? So,
Oh, what is
yeah.
CRM? Oh, okay. So I advise that you go watch World Beyond. It's only 2 seasons, 10 episodes apiece, so like not too heavy of a watch. The first season is okay, so like really just get through that, and season 2 is good. I thought it was good. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed season 2. And in that you get a lot of explanation as to what CRM is, but it's Civic Republic, and it's their military, so that's where the
Military.
M comes in. So
Yeah.
there's the Civic Republic, there's the CR, and then there's also a military component of it, and that's what the M is. They have very specific costuming for them. It's like all black and like a lot of like very like canvasy, like military style clothing, but like a lot of I feel like we saw like a lot of straps and buckles and stuff
Yeah.
on it. Yeah, that's kind of
And
their
the most
costuming.
ridiculous haircuts ever.
Their haircuts are awful. Like when I
Terrible.
say CRM haircut, it's like it's so bad. And I'm really basing this off of one person, which I won't say who it is because I don't want to spoil the show for you. But one person is on it that just has a hair like the worst haircut I've ever seen. It's not great. I feel so bad saying that. Such a lovely person, but like to the point where I actually accused a character on Fear of being CRM purely based on the bad haircut.
Listen,
I'm firmly convinced of it. So, Isabel's hair wasn't that great either.
it was not at all.
I mean, we've just got, we've just got some we're really a fan of the baby bang is really what it is. And as someone who has like PTSD from baby bangs, it's just it's never the choice, guys. It's just never so just please don't. I know the compulsion is there, especially if they're not straight. I know, it's how I ended up with them, but just don't do it. Just don't do it. Okay. All right, we're gonna we're gonna continue along.
How'd you end up here?
This is giving this is giving like something else, like another movie I've seen. I'm gonna really have to think on what this is reminding me of. But there's
Because I
is it Bird Box?
Yep, I was just about to say.
It is! And I didn't even watch the new one yet. Oh,
I
that's so
just
weird.
watched it earlier, and I'm just gonna say it's definitely like the first one, like the end of the first one.
Okay, so this is giving Bird Box and apparently Bird Box Barcelona. So there's that. All right.
A bunch of good decisions.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for you.
Okay, so this is our new character. There's a very French-looking young gentleman named Laurent.
Laurent.
Um, just love this whole vibe. Like, like really though, can I dress like this? I don't know that I can pull this off.
So my note says Daryl will turn this kid into a badass. That's it.
It's kind of his MO, so I could see it.
Yeah.
I could see it happening. All right.
I'm Laurent. You're the messenger to deliver Laurent.
Which like
Americain.
let's talk about that.
Mhm.
Where are we delivering Laurent?
Right.
What is happening there? So this is really interesting to me, and we'll see a flash of something a little bit further on, and then I was like, oh gosh, but it gets cleared up at the end of this trailer. So, faux CRM or French CRM, who knows,
Mhm.
want to find Daryl and kill him. So they're gonna be great, They're the good guys, clearly.
Trouvez-le tous deux.
Je courrai. Cherche rien.
I know you can get him there safely.
Okay.
He's ready.
Ready for what?
Yeah, ready for what? This was it. This was the part that had me very concerned. I was like, are they really having this kid go just to like pray the dead away? Like, was that what was gonna happen? Like, I was like, oh no. Oh no.
So I I watched this trailer like 5 times just because of this part, because I needed to piece together different things so that I could figure out what the hell is happening. Because what is he doing?
I don't know. I don't know. My concern is very high.
Yes.
I'm really worried about it.
And
So,
why?
okay. So one, okay. So one, I was very concerned that he was praying the dead away. Now, I want to just tell you like personal belief system, God can do anything. So there's that. But 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 this I was like this doesn't seem like a good choice. You know what I mean? Like this is me like going and like standing in the middle of the road and being like if I pray hard enough no truck will hit me. Like it's just I feel like it's not going to go the way you want it to. But this gets cleared up. This wasn't on purpose. Someone scanned the QR code. What
Oh,
cutie is doing
what?
that right now? Um and I did want to say uh we have Sherilyn is in the chat.
Yes.
Hello, Sherilyn. I assume that you're friends with Takeerah because she went just crazy and was inviting everyone, which I love that about her. She was really excited to talk about this. She said she has so many notes.
I do. I
So
do.
I hope you have time in your schedule for this. Okay. All right. So this gets cleared up though, because I was like, is this where he delivered him? This is horrible. But hold on. It'll come.
To lead
All
the
right.
revival of
Beautiful,
humanity.
by the way.
Amazing.
And the revival of humanity is what
Humanity.
he's gonna do, this kid. So that's I don't know. It's feeling a little Last of Us right now.
Okay. It is. But like this is also like the typical story kinda that's been used many, many times.
True. 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 Because it's not just it's also 28 weeks later.
Yes.
I don't know if that's the first form of zombie media in which we saw it, but probably not. Resident Evil also had
Resident
a
Evil.
very
Yeah.
similar vibe. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of a trope, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that's not the way it's going, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. Okay, wait a second. Wait a second. We have to talk about this. Daryl is in a bath. Okay? I know everyone always says that he doesn't bathe. What's that? Look at that. He's bathing.
He is bathing.
He's bathing.
And
I'm not
it
going to
ain't the
spend a lot of
first
time on this
one.
because it's not that kind of channel. But I mean, I'm not mad about it. I just want to say he is bathing. So I'm going to need everyone
To
to just
calm
stop
down.
the judgment.
Yeah.
Okay? My hair, I was outside today. Look at this. This is just from being outside, okay? If you live in the South, this is just what happens. It just happens. I can't help it. I look greasy now. But I promise you I bathe. So I just don't need those rumors started all the time about everybody. Okay. Okay, that was kind of a cool shot. He's got a crossbow back.
Yes. So, did they show the room yet that he grabbed that crossbow from? Because it's kind of
There was a
awesome.
weapons room. Yes. Do you
Yeah.
want me to back up?
Yes.
Okay, I'm at 118, so hold on. I think I went too far. I think it's somewhere around here. No, let me just go back. Oh, I'm the worst at this. I'm so sorry.
I know you can get him there safely.
Felt like it was the revival.
He's ready.
Yeah, this is it.
Yes.
Yes, this is the weapons room.
So we don't see much of it, but like the little glimpses that we see, this is an awesome room.
One, there's guns.
Right.
Yeah.
I had a question mark of like, how the heck did these nuns survive this long? And then 30 seconds later, it showed you this room. And I was like, oh, okay. I guess that's why.
Dave bought me a decaf coffee.
Aww.
That's so sweet. That's right, guys, because on Ko-fi you buy people coffee, but I can't have caffeine. So I get decaf coffees. Thank you, Dave. Do you want me to read the note live? Is it like you want me to read it out loud, or is it a private note? And I said that kind of dirty, but I didn't mean it dirty. I didn't mean like, is it a private note? I meant like, is it sentimental and you don't want me to share? Okay. Oh, how quickly my words get away from me. Okay. All right, here we go. We're continuing along. Just these cinematics, you guys.
It looks like a movie.
It does. I'll keep saying it. I will keep saying what I've been saying, but this is giving such strong foreign independent film vibes.
Definitely. Oh, and you just passed your little best friend. I don't know if you noticed.
I did see my bestie. My bestie's looking good.
She looks fantabulous.
She's looking good.
Things are changing.
I just love that happy guy. Am I right?
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet this guy.
Right.
He's so happy. I just love his smile. I don't know. Made me happy to see this. So clearly a community thriving, looks like.
Changing, you know.
Okay. And then this would appear to be early on
Yes.
in France, which is terrifying. You can see like this. Can you see my mouse?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one over here is clearly a walker.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking like this guy is a walker.
Can you imagine
being trapped in a no? It's Train to Busan.
Oh my gosh!
It's Train to Busan, and I hate it. I never want this to happen. I literally had someone ask me today, as I'm talking to them about my channel and what I do. They were like, "Do you like fast zombies or slow zombies?" And I was like, "In a zombie apocalypse, I want slow zombies."
Yeah, as slow as possible.
I want slow, and I never want to be in a subway. A sub. I don't want to be in a sub either. Actually, there's a lot of precedent for this because Walking Dead has been all over the place. But I don't want to be in a subway car, and I don't want to be on a submarine,
or in an airplane,
or in an airplane, or on a boat.
Oh, no boat.
Unless I have the boat and nobody else is on the boat. then I'm maybe okay with it. I do want a submarine sandwich though. I hope you guys know I skipped free food for this. I skipped free food. I was 5 minutes away from getting free food and I left to come do this stream. That's how much I love you guys.
It's because we're amazing.
Maybe we're the same that way.
I love their like different types of weapons that they've had to come up with. That was giving like wrestling ring. Hold on. Right here. It's not.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's in that club. So at one point there was like a little like synopsis released on this, and it said that there was a club in France, like an underground. Was it a drag club specifically, or was it just a club? Was it like a burlesque club?
Oh, possibly.
Some kind of club. But anyway.
I'm not surprised.
We have got this is Paloma, I believe. Is her name. This is a drag queen that my friend Aiden is a very big fan of.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So Paloma is in there.
Take it.
Performing, clearly. Okay. So this is where I was like, okay, so we didn't just come down here to pray away the dead. Like, he was praying because he was stuck.
Right.
So that made me feel a little bit better about this situation.
But how did they get like on opposite sides?
I don't know. That's a really good question. I have no idea.
Sherry said, "Slow dumb zombies, please."
Yes. Yes. Amen. And I love that. The little hug. Daryl's such a good uncle.
It's like just the typical storyline, but the perfect storyline for Daryl Dixon.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
I want him to know I tried.
Oh. And there's another performer at the club. I do not know who that is. And there we go.
Oh, I'm still trying.
Okay.
This is the trailer.
So I pulled up a map.
Okay.
Paris is clear on the other side of France from where he landed. I mean, clear on the other side.
Okay. Well, if he's trying to get back home, he has to get from the west. So we're, you know what? Let's just wait because we're gonna
Okay.
get to it in this breakdown portion. I don't think that I got. Okay, so here was my surprise for you, Takira. I got screen grabs. I got a bunch of screen grabs,
Oh,
and we're gonna
yeah.
go through them. But I don't think I grabbed the map. I don't think I grabbed the map.
What? Oh,
But
the
we'll
hit
discuss it
map. Okay.
when we get close to it. Okay.
I mean, I wrote down like everything that was on the map.
Oh, okay. Well, great. Then we can talk
Yeah.
about it. We can talk about it. All right. So I'm gonna stop that, and we're gonna switch to. Oh, okay. What happened there? Hold on. Oh, all right. Get. Oh, okay.
Mm.
That was weird. All right. I just glitched out for a reason. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. So here we go. All right. I was serious. I grabbed a lot
Yes.
of screen grabs. Okay. So this is where we're going to do the breakdown. Since I don't know who saw it and I don't know who didn't, we're going to walk through what happens in the breakdown and kind of stop and talk about it as it goes on. The beginning is it starts from this shot. One, I love this shot. This is beautiful.
Yes, it is.
This is beautiful, which is ridiculous because this is like such a sad situation that's happening, but this is
Right.
gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous. So we've got this shot, and let me I'm like, let me see if I can. I want you guys to be able to see stuff. I can zoom in if you guys need me to. So just let me know if at any point you need to be able to see it better. Okay, so it starts with that. We come up out of the water and around Daryl, as we've seen in the previews. He is tied to this boat. And so
Mhm.
we don't really know. Did he tie himself there? Was he tied there by somebody else? We're not really sure. It would make sense. He's like such a survivalist. And we see that represented in this preview like many times, which is great. I love that portion of it. But it would make sense if you were really tired, like beyond tired, you would tie yourself. Like same if you were like high in a tree, right? You like tie yourself
Right.
in so that you don't fall. So it makes complete sense. This was one of those beautiful shots that I was remarking on earlier.
Amazing.
He falls off the boat into the water. He's clearly very startled, like disoriented, crawls out. And he's like, I love he's getting hit by the waves. As if you've ever played at the ocean, it's like as a kid, you know how serious that is. I still get knocked over by waves like now. It's like so easy to just get pulled under.
Mhm.
And then I wanted to remark on the fact that there is no way that this is clean water.
I was yelling at him, "Stop it.
Don't
Stop
you
it."
drink ocean water, man. Just don't do it. Don't you do it. And he did it.
I was like, "Why are you don't you
He
don't."
did it.
don't."
He just did. He just did. He just did it. Yep, there we go. Just
Yeah.
slurping that up. One, it's like, okay, I could maybe buy it was maybe far enough away because it's like up here. This is it right here.
Mhm.
Maybe far enough away that when the tide comes in, it doesn't get filled with ocean water.
Right.
But then it's standing water, which is also very
Yeah.
bad for you. And all I could think of was like, he's going to have the runs so bad later. It's going to be it's going to
Ugh.
be Montezuma's revenge, but like but like whatever it is in France. But Dave says maybe he too was exposed to a ton of methane. I think he'd have to be. I think he would have to be to make this choice. Anyway. All right. So he leaves and he starts walking inland, and we do get a great shot of this sign. I'm
Okay.
assuming you have notes on this.
Oh, yes, I
Okay,
do.
lay it on us.
So what I did was pretend like I was going on a trip to France. And I couldn't figure out where to begin. So I tried my best to translate the sign.
Okay.
So basically, it says the St. Croix Beach. That's the first thing, the Plague
Oh, okay.
de.
Okay.
hmm So that is a 37-minute drive to the port of
Marseille.
Marseille,
It's Marseille.
which is what it says on the second thing, the Port de Marseille.
No, that's not Marseille. That says no, that's a different name. Marte
Okay.
Marte? Yeah, it's I can't really read it, but it's not Marseille. Anyway, continue.
Well, all my other research was based on the fact that that port was kind of close to that beach.
Okay.
Because basically, I feel like if it's on that sign, they all have to kind of be close to each other.
They would be like a drivable distance, you have to assume.
So the next thing, hold on, let me pull the picture up so I can. What does the third one
It's
say?
like
Can you read it?
cimetière.
Which is a graveyard, and I believe it's the graveyard Saint Pierre
Okay.
because that's about 20 minutes from where the St. Croix beach is.
Okay.
It's like the kind of most famous and closest graveyard to that area.
Okay. All right.
The next one, I believe it says College St. Anne, which is St. Anne College,
Hey,
obviously.
Walking Dead
um,
Eternal.
hey. And St. Anne College was also a good 25 minutes from there.
Okay.
And then the next line says Rescue Center.
Oh. Okay.
The closest and most popular rescue center in that area was the Rue Bellefonte Rescue Center.
Okay.
And then the next one is a little picture of a coffee with almost all the letters scratched out.
Mhm.
So I tried to do the deepest dive possible and I
The
came up
commitment.
with Coffee Le Bon Coin,
It's got a
which
double L at the end, so I'm not quite sure.
okay.
Yeah.
It was like three like really popular ones in the area. I mean, it's
Okay.
France, it's probably
Oh, I'm
coffee
sure.
absolutely everywhere.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um I was trying to find the closest one, but it was a lot in that little area. And I knew that like the first letter was a L.
Yes. Yeah,
So I
it
was
is.
trying to find something that started with an L, but it was a lot.
Looks
It
like it
was
says
I
lay
tried, but it was a
lay
lot.
something, but I it's really
Mhm.
scratched out. It's really scratched out. All right, and I
It's
will say
really
this,
messed up.
I'm sure I'm gonna butcher words here, and I'm so sorry to anyone and everyone who speaks French, but I only took 1 semester in, like, 7th grade or something, and I failed. So, like, just keep that in mind. Imma try my best. Okay. All right, are we ready to move on from here? Oh, you dropped out for a second, Takira.
Oh,
Yes. Okay,
can you?
great.
Okay.
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, great. Well, thank you for doing that. Thank you for translating.
You're
Excellent
welcome.
work. All right. I wanted to grab this shot because I just thought, one, this is just so grimy.
Yeah.
It's so grimy. I love it so much. I see, Dave. I see you giving me some of the pronunciation. I know how to say Marseille. It's okay. That one I got. That one I've got. I've got a couple of them. I just, you know, I just want to apologize in advance. I just love like the vines over here, how that's
Yes.
like overgrowing because okay, so some people don't know this, but some vines similar to these actually are very damaging to buildings. It just depends on the vine.
Okay.
It just depends on like the type of plant. But some vines can grow into like grout or stone and they become like
Oh,
almost like integral to the structure. Like should you take them off, it can wreck it.
right.
Not kudzu, Dave, not kudzu. Like that's invasive. one, and all over the South. But I just mean like types of ivy can really cause problems for buildings over time. And this, if it was kudzu, it would have been all up. It would have been all over everywhere. It grows like, I think it can grow up to an inch a day.
Oh
It
my
grows a
god.
lot. It's insane because so Robert Kirkman, when he worked on the Walking Dead novels, the novelizations
Mhm.
of the Governor's story, which Takira and I have been talking about a lot lately. He uses that as like a descriptor a lot, that it's like that it's everywhere. And I live back in the woods, pretty far. And I drive down a hill that is just covered in kudzu. And kudzu is so it's so bad that about halfway through summer, someone has to come and cut a bunch of it down because it's grown over all of the signs, all of the signage. It's grown over the guardrails because it's like a very steep hill. It grows up and over the guardrails so you can't even see them. So you like can't see the edge of the road. And that happens within like 2 months. And so they have to cut it halfway through summer so that everybody can see the signs. Um but I really enjoyed that like someone had like tried to build up like barriers and stuff
Yes,
here. I don't It was just a really good, interesting like sneak peek into this area. I really enjoyed it.
definitely.
Loved this walker.
Oh my god,
I
yes.
loved this walker. Okay, so Daryl comes to this little canal area, and there it zooms in on this walker. This is like a harpoon.
Oh, that's what that is.
It's like a
Yes.
harpoon,
Yeah.
not like a shooting, but like an old like
Yeah.
handheld harpoon. Like so it's got a point to it, and then it cuts back like a hook,
Mhm.
so that once it's in, it's hard to get out.
Right.
Not an ideal weapon, in my opinion, for that reason.
Mhm.
You're gonna have a tough time, I feel like, with it.
Mhm.
But it was jammed into this walker, and I just loved this shot. I thought it was so good. I thought it was so good. Dave says, hence Ivy League, old universities. True. It's like all over the place. That's where that term comes from. And Walking Dead Eternal says, the trailer reminded me of that movie Constantine that Keanu Reeves played in. I could see that because there seems to be like a
Mhm.
really heavy religious element to it. So I could see that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I believe it's this boat right here in front.
That
I
he
can't see the name, but he's gonna get onto this boat.
yes.
Okay. Once he gets into this boat, Survival Daryl is out to play. Because he is immediately looking for water, which let me just give you this tip. If you're ever stranded somewhere in the end of the world, please look for water first. It's like the one thing that you cannot live without.
I did write down with an LOL next to it that before he got to that water bottle, he checked every wine bottle before he got
He did. He did indeed. Because if I was by myself in France, and
Yep.
I would be drinking too. Um, who knows what's gonna happen, but I would maybe want to be a little drunk for it. Yeah, no, it's like he was looking for anything to drink, like
Yeah.
any form of liquid. So I love that that happened. Um, he then finds you can see it right down here, but the tape recorder on this boat, and he starts to play it. And I wrote down like a little transcript of everything that's said on the tape. But I'm going to switch to the next because this is a photo of the family.
Mhm.
So, on the tape it says, it's the father who's speaking. 19 months at sea, hoping to stay ahead of this thing. Circled Spain. Nowhere safe. We'll try Marseille next. Maybe the south of France is good. There's got to be a safe place somewhere. Then there's a pause. Sue had a heart attack. We had to let her go. I had to take care of it. Our 10th anniversary would have been in June. Now, I thought it was saying Holly, but the subtitle said it was Honey, so I'm not quite sure what the
Mhm.
little girl's name is, but whatever her name is, keeps crying. She wants her mom back. She wants things. Okay, so the subtitles here said she wants peace the way they were. That didn't make any sense. It's she wants things the way they were. She wants to go home. And when that happens, Daryl turns and catches his own reflection
Mhm.
in like a window pane that's there. And that really, it was very emotional. Like he clearly feels exactly the same way. He wants to go home too. Here's the map, but he actually ends up holding it up. But they went around here up into this area. So they're on the other side of France.
Okay.
And Takeerah, this is what you were talking about earlier. So if you wanna tell us.
So I got kind of a bunch of notes for this little part.
Okay.
I wrote down that Daryl is always the one that comes across people's stories. And I don't know if it's that they're showing us that he's one of the few that's interested in still knowing and hearing people's stories.
I think it's because he pays attention. He's such
Right.
an alert person. Um, yeah, that's like one of his like strongest characteristics, right? Because it's why he's so capable as a survivor because he pays attention to everything.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I said also he probably listened to it to get a clue of where he is because he probably still was trying to figure it out.
Mm,
Um, so the man left from Ireland. He stopped at three ports in the UK or in England. And then he came around to Spain and he literally circled all of Spain, like he said.
mm-hmm.
And I think it was maybe 16 ports around that he stopped at. Like he really was trying to search everywhere. And then that last little stop in Spain, like right before it turns into France, basically, his next X on the map was Marseille.
Yeah.
So that was his trip that
Okay.
I wrote down from the map. And then I just wrote down, did that penguin make him think of Judith?
Oh, maybe I
And
have a screen grab of it, so we'll get to it in
okay,
just a second. Yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah.
like in the same sentence as like, did he also think of Judith in the moment where he also wanted to go home like Honey?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Um, Dave says, so you're saying the hook brings you back, which is a reference to one of my favorite bands, the Blues Travelers. Thank you, Dave. He also said that's a pretty good observation. The fly on the wall to the stories of others. Asheron, hell, Carol did something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, Daryl's very observant. I think it's one of those things that kind of it gets looked over because there's always a lot going on. But
Mm-hmm.
I think because this episode is so well, this whole show is going to be so focused on him. I think we're really going to get to see these like really interesting pieces of Daryl that have never been really focused on previously.
Definitely.
Um, so this is as the tape recorder is playing. I just loved that Daryl just, he's Daryl, so he made himself a poncho
Mm-hmm.
because of course he did. And and then he got a fish. He caught a fish and he's just grilling it up. So he has a little something to eat.
So
Um,
he also grabbed medical supplies
yes.
along with that poncho.
Yes, yeah, he was clearing out the boat. So he
Yeah.
really checks the boat to see if there's anything of worth or value to him in it. Which again just plays at the like Daryl is such a survivalist. Like
Mm-hmm.
all of this is ingrained in him. And we know that because he shared his backstory that he like ended up living in the woods a lot because his home life was so bad. Hey, Wilani. Yes, Blues Traveler. I'm not gonna sing it because I am no John Popper, but
Mm.
the hook does bring you back. Just so you know. Um anyway, I loved this little detail because of course he would. And
Of course.
he like hardly cleans it. I was like, what is the man doing? Like the head's still on and everything. I just love it. Um,
And
and
wasn't
then
he yelling at Carol before about properly like
yeah,
cleaning the fish?
I believe so. Yes. So it's very funny to me. But you wouldn't use your like killing knife if you had
Right.
no way to clean it. So like yeah, how would you clean a fish? You just can't. This is the penguin that was in the photo that Honey or Holly, whatever her name is, was holding. And so we see that it has been left behind.
Mhm.
So we don't know what happened. There was no walker on the boat, so we don't know what happened to this dad and his daughter. But just another little tragic side story in the Walking Dead universe. Um, and yeah, I think that's a fair point to Kira to say that maybe he would have thought about Judith. Like he left, his family behind, and we hear from the trailer that he got here with a bunch of bad decisions. So we don't really know what that means.
Right.
Not really sure. So, um, all right.
I I can speculate. I just feel like he got some kind of a clue about either Michonne or Rick and let his emotions control his actions
I
instead
mean,
of
we've seen it before.
yeah.
So he's gotten himself into some other bad situations as a result
Mhm.
of following his emotions, which I love because he plays it so cool. Like he's
Yeah.
not invested in everyone, but he very much is. He begins recording on the tape recorder. And I think that this is really interesting because when you're alone, it's very smart to like find a way to still let that inner dialogue out.
Yeah.
And the classic example of this is Wilson from the movie Castaway, starring
Mm.
Tom Hanks, obviously. And everyone's like, well, why would you talk to a volleyball? That's so weird. But like, that's what helps to keep your sanity when you're placed in a situation like this. If
Mhm.
you don't talk at all and you're just like internalizing everything, you're gonna have a really rough time.
Look at Jenny.
Yeah. Yeah. You're just gonna have a really rough time. So this goes to show again, it's an example of that survivalist mentality. Like he is so capable in a situation by himself. This is a great example of that. Well, Lonnie, for doing this breakdown, I didn't look up any of the actors' names
Oh, me either.
because I was very, very, very focused on just this first 10 minutes.
Mhm.
And there are no other actors other than walkers
Right.
in
Yeah.
this first 10 minutes. So I didn't even get to like look into that stuff because I was just so focused on this little snippet that we got. All right. This is I know that Takeerah already knows what this is. But this is where did I write it? Hold on, I have it up. The Pont du Gard. Okay. And one stunning piece of architecture.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. I'm like not the kind of person that has like a desire to travel the world. Like the world is cool. There's a lot of cool places in the world. I'm not like the world isn't cool, so I don't want to see it. America. Like, no. The world is beautiful. I'd love to see tons of things, but I'm not the kind of person that's like, I just want to travel. I'm a wanderer at heart. Like, I'm not that big of a basic bee, so I just don't, right? I'd rather spend my money on Walking Dead things.
Yeah.
So I don't, but this is gorgeous and I would totally go here.
Absolutely.
This is beautiful.
Oh my
I
god.
wanted to read a little bit about it.
Okay.
So I did look it up, once I was able to find out which bridge it was, um, which there are a lot of stunning bridges in France. Just so
Absolutely.
you guys know,
Yeah.
there are some beautiful bridges in France. But the Pont du Gard is an ancient Roman aqueduct bridge built in the 1st century AD. And I'm getting this from Wikipedia, so you could easily just Google this and find it yourself. But I'm gonna act like I know things to carry water over 50 kilometers, which is 31 miles, to the Roman colony of, I'm going to butcher this, It looks like Nemes is what it is now, but it was Nemesis. I'm sorry, everyone.
I'm no
It
help.
it crosses the river Gardon, near the town of um, Ver Pont du Gard in southern France. The Pont du Gard is the tallest of all Roman aqueduct bridges, as well as one of the best preserved, which I thought was an interesting point. It is one of um, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization list of their World Heritage sites. This is one of them, and it was added to that list in 1985 because of its exceptional preservation, historical importance, and architectural ingenuity. So I just to know that this was built in the first century AD is just stunning to me. And Dave is saying Namas. So thank you, Dave, for being translator for us. Um, thank you for that. All right. So let's move on. I also wanted to comment on the fact that this is silent. Like there's music, but there are like no words through a lot of this.
Right. Yeah.
It's just silent, which one brings us back to the first episode of the first season of The Walking Dead, in which there are not many words spoken by Rick. There's the help, nurse, but other than that, there's no words for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it adds to the impact of being alone, and just kind of sets that fear in.
Mm-hmm.
They did the same thing in like the first 30 minutes of 28 Days Later, which is one, I don't want to argue about it, but it is a fantastic zombie movie. I don't care what you say.
It's amazing,
It's a
and
zombie movie.
I need a 28 weeks later.
Well, months. We need
28
months.
months. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
28 months
We need
later.
months. They did a comic book, I think.
What?
Just so you know. Yeah. I don't own it. I didn't read it. I may just be speculating, but I thought there was a comic book or they were in talks for one or something. Anyway, it just adds to it creates like an eerie sense while you're
Mm-hmm.
watching it, which I really enjoy. So this is beautiful. Then we get to a point where Daryl is now crossing like these kind of low range of mountains, I guess. It's kind of hilly.
Mm-hmm.
But we get some of these shots of him traveling. So just a lot of him walking.
I was thinking that, oh, I would not be up there, but then I also thought about it and said, well, the walkers are probably down below if they're there.
Yes, and
So,
you can see, yeah, you can see in this shot specifically, we've got walkers all
mm-hmm.
along here. They're all along there. Um all right. So then we get to Daryl is now in a city and he's in an alleyway. And I love it because you see a bread cart like from a restaurant. So I worked in restaurants for a really long time, and a bread cart is like a very tall metal rack with many shelves so that you can take baking sheets and slide them in, and you would
Mm-hmm.
have like your fresh bread on there, which I love because we're in France. So of course. Um all right. So this is some graffiti that says, I'm going to totally butcher this, but it's not, it would be like pouvoir des
They're,
vivants,
vi- they're vivant.
which means power
Oh,
of the living, which I love. I love. Lonnie says 28 Days Later is awesome. Killian, amazing.
yes.
Um, Walking Dead Eternal says, what was that song called that played when Glenn called Rick when he was trapped in the tank? Oh, that is called Space Junk, and it
One of
is
my,
by Wang Chung, if you can believe it. Wang Chung was famous for a one-hit wonder back in the 80s called Wang Chung by Wang Chung. And it went, everybody Wang Chung tonight, everybody have fun tonight. Okay.
pouvoir des
Dave
vivants.
Yvonne. Okay, thank you, Dave.
Mhm.
I needed Dave on this episode just to give the
Mhm.
French. The French. Anyway. All right. Moving on. Then we get here. So Daryl has taken this harpoon from that one walker. If I didn't make
Mhm.
that clear earlier, here's the little hook part we were talking about earlier. He comes to this, which is like a little market. Kind of was like flea market, is what it looked like to me, or like a farmer. I don't mean flea market. I mean farmer's market. That's the vibe it had for me, at least. And you can see there is another piece of graffiti here that says attention. A femme. A
Uh,
femme. I don't know. That's where we're gonna go with. Dave, write it out in the chat. Anyway. All right. Now, Takeerah, I'll let you say, what does this mean?
Careful, hungry.
Okay. So, Dave says that power of the living can also mean strength of the living. And he
Oh,
loves that it's a foil of fear the Walking Dead.
nice.
Yeah. Also the fear it's the kill what is it? Kill the dead, fear the living.
Oh, yes.
That's another one from Walking Dead. Okay, so I did learn that while that does mean hungry or can mean starving, that
Mhm.
there is a little film. Um, oh, he says it's Afam.
Oh, a
Afam.
thumb. Okay.
Okay, I wouldn't have gotten that. Sorry, everyone, for butchering the French. There's a little movie from Canada, I believe. I believe it's where it's from, called The Ravenous, and its title in French is Les Affamés. So
Oh.
I thought that was really interesting that it could even be like ravenous. So like kind of like
Mhm.
warning ravenous. So that's their walker name,
Right.
which I thought was very cool. I
Mhm.
thought that was a good one. I really liked it. And this is almost their version of Don't Open Dead
That
Inside,
yes.
which I also love. All right, moving on. Okay. So Daryl is walking amongst this little farmer's market that is just like really overgrown and everything looks really gross and rotty. And he doesn't notice, but there is this creepy walker down here laying under this table. It sees him and it moves and it knocks something over. And then all of a sudden, there's like a bunch of walkers all around this place that are getting up. This one is especially something, and we'll see it here. Check this out.
Mm.
One, it's just grade A. Special effects work, as always, of course, because it's Greg Nicotero that's out there in France with Norman. So, of course, this is like grade A work. But these veins like throbbed,
Yes.
which was sick. It was amazing. And it was so disgusting. And I loved it so much.
We were like, "What? What is ew?
Ew,
What's
what is that?
happening?"
Ew. Well, you're going to find out in a second. This is a different one. Also has the same throbby veins, and it
Mhm.
touches Daryl on his arm. And all of a sudden, you just hear sizzling. Yeah, you hear sizzling. And so these are, you're welcome. You've now been introduced to acid zombies.
Mhm.
So here's your acid walkers. They're horrifying. They're hideous. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm obsessed. I
I
never want to
wrote,
meet one.
"Why would they do this to Daryl Dixon?" This is what I wrote.
Why this? It's horrible. It is horrible. So as you can see, there's several walkers that have come out and have gotten in here. Daryl jumps up on a table and is using this harpoon to kill a bunch of the walkers, which is great. Good call, dude. Um he ends up okay, there is a point, let me go back. There's a point where there's a walker that's like under here that's like starting to grab at his leg. And
Oh
so he
yeah.
jams the harpoon through the table, but because it has a hook, it gets stuck in his head. And he's trying to get it out, and the walker's just like flopping its head up against the table, which is hilarious. But he ends up having to like really like yank at it to pull it out, which is why I said this isn't like the best weapon. While that's happening, he does still have a boot knife, so he does reach down to his boot, grabs a knife, and is able to kill other walkers that are around him. After he's put all of these down, we do see that he does, his classic throwing knife move into the head of this one, which is another acid one. So when he pulls the knife out, it flicks acid on the ground, and you hear the little again. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's sick. And then
Literally
here's a
got to
close-up shot
kill.
of what happened to Daryl's arm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I believe if if I am to trust Fight Club, the movie, with my life, which I do, he's going to need a base to get that to stop burning.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm a little bit worried for Daryl that like I need it to get cleared up right away. Oh, lost Takira, I think.
I
Oh,
do
there she is. Okay.
believe.
I
Hear me
didn't hear
now?
you. Okay, what'd you say?
Okay. I
Yes.
do believe that in that 2 minute trailer that I saw a bandage peeking out from under his sleeve.
Okay. That makes sense.
Picked up the
Yeah.
medical
Yeah.
kit inside of the boat with it showed the bandage roll
I'm
across.
sure you hear Richie.
Richie's adding in some commentary right now.
I was watching everything he grabbed.
He's talking about the medical kit he grabbed off the boat.
Okay. But
Yeah.
he still needs a base.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Because the chemical burn is serious. Like if you don't, it's gonna keep burning. And I don't mean
Mm-hmm.
like it's gonna feel like it's burning. I mean like
No,
it's
it.
literally
Yeah.
going to keep eating his skin. So he's gonna have to figure this out. Then we just see him like collapse into his hands. Like, what am I even gonna do? What am I doing?
So this reminded me of Father Gabe right before Eugene's "We're all friends" moment because Jerry's like, "We got somebody coming," and Father G is like, "Oh, come on." That's what that put me in the mind of.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it couldn't get any worse, but it's gonna get worse.
Much worse.
It's gonna get a lot worse. So anyway, just wanted to share those screen grabs with you. That was our synopsis of the first 10 minutes of the Daryl Dixon show, which is streaming right now and available to you on AMC Plus. If you should be so blessed to have AMC Plus. So since not everybody has it, and some people live in other countries and can't even have access to this stuff, we thought it would be worthwhile to come on here and share all of this information with you. So we hope that that gave you a better idea of what you're looking forward to. It really amped me up.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
really
super
excited.
excited.
I think this is going to be really good. I'm really, really looking forward to the show. I mean, I was anyway because I'm a huge Daryl fan, but
Huge.
it's this is making me even more excited about it. Now, I do want to share one other piece of information that I gathered today. It's kind of a saucy tweet that I found. Um someone shared this because we still never got to see anything about fear.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just wanted to share this with you. I saw this image. MFers post this but can't release the trailer.
Mm.
WTF. So whoever was running the AMC Walking Dead Instagram, I think no, or Twitter. I guess it was the Twitter. And this looks like I don't know. Anyway, wherever it was social media. They did post a picture from the viewing. And so you can see here is Strand reunited with Madison.
That's awesome.
But we don't have any other information
Yeah,
about
which
it.
is,
So
I mean, they really don't care about fear.
it is
I
what it is.
Wait, what was that? I just lost my whole train of thought. What was I gonna say, Bridget?
I don't know. I'm so sorry. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say, for some reason there was like a little bit of hate and people saying they weren't looking forward to Daryl's show. So this excited me because No one can watch that preview, even whether it's the 2-minute one or the 10-minute one, and say that this show doesn't look like it's going to be amazing.
I mean, I think it looks great.
Yeah,
I I don't care if you like Daryl or not. I think that as like a standalone show, I think this is going to do really well.
I do too.
It looks like it's going to be based on that 10 minutes, it already looks like it's going to be better written than a lot of other stuff we've seen recently.
Definitely.
And like Dead City is good, but this looks better to
I
me,
think it's
in
going
my
to be
opinion.
better. Yeah.
It's just like the production value just looks really high. Um I don't know. It looks really good. Dave says that was a sneak from a fan, definitely not official. Well, David says it's from the official. It's up here. Here, let me share it again. It says it is official. It like based on what's on there, but maybe you can't see it because it's like it's too small, maybe. But right up here, it says AMC The Walking Dead with the blue check. They posted it. I don't know why. I have no idea.
Also, there's a rumor going around that like there's been a confirmation of Laurent's mom being bitten and him being born
I don't want to.
immune.
No, we're not going to do it.
That's
We're not going to do it.
yeah.
I don't even want to talk about it. I don't
Okay.
even want to talk about it because it's just so. It's too much speculation. So either someone was near the set and got extra information and they're trying to share it
Right.
and spoil everything for everyone,
Right.
typical, or it's just like a bunch of random made up stuff that someone was like, I bet this is what happened because I watched The Last of Us and that's how it happened on there. Like, I just don't, like, forget it. I just don't, we don't need it. It's fine. It's fine. Um, Dave says also Madison looks super old here in that
Ah,
picture. Um, I mean, Kim Dickens is getting older,
and I
but
kind of think
I
they
don't know if
want
they're gonna do
her
another like time jump, maybe.
and I think they want her to kind of look run down. Like,
Probably.
yeah.
She's having a rough go of it. Wani says, I agree on the Daryl show, that is. And Dave says, oh, that the one they swiftly took down in their stories? I believe so. I believe so. But nothing goes away on the internet.
Nope.
So, Wani says, I think it will be better than Dead City. So I think that's our consensus. All right. Well, you got anything else to hear? Or are we out of here?
I know it's been posted, but for those of you that may not have seen it, early access starts on the 7th of September for Daryl Dixon
Very
on AMC
exciting.
Plus.
I
Yeah.
did not see that. So
Oh,
great.
okay.
Yeah. Excellent. I mean, maybe we listened to it during the Comic-Con stuff, but I took in so much information that day.
I
brain,
think I found it
my brain
in
couldn't
my
handle it.
stalking. Like,
Oh, that was literally yesterday. And I'm acting like it was like a week ago. It was yesterday. I'm still not okay from the amount of information I took in.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna call it quits. But you guys have been
Oh,
great.
Walking Dead Eternal made a comment about Jerry that we missed.
What was that?
I'm not sure.
Missed my comment about Jerry. Okay, hold on. Missing my homeboy Jerry from the OG show. We
Me
all
too.
are.
Yeah.
We
So
all are,
glad
my
he
friend.
survived.
Me too. I was very worried. Let's touch and go there for a minute.
Like, don't say see you on the other side, Jerry. That's not
No,
okay.
don't say it. Don't say it. All right. Well, we are going to head out, but this has been amazing. Thank you so much for coming, guys. Thank you to Kira for coming and doing this with me. I knew that you were probably the only person that was this excited about this, that you took like 2 full pages of notes on a 10-minute sneak peek. I knew she was the most excited. So thank you for coming and doing this with me.
No
And
problem.
yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your alerts if you want, because I'm really hoping that tomorrow I will be uploading a new video of a brand new series that I'm doing with one of my friends. And it is some good stuff. So click that like button, click that subscribe button. Just do it. I know, typical
do
YouTuber
it.
jargon. Just do
Do
it.
it. Do it.
All right. Thank you guys. We love you, and we'll
Thank
see you later.
you. Love you guys.